Oh, hi YouTube, what's up? So we're back here at Crackneck. So today's vlog, we're gonna go head just down this little track down here, which I've never actually personally been down, but we're gonna go do some running. Okay, today's a little bit of a running movement recovery, active recovery style day. Active recovery is what I'm gonna call it. So it's a non-training day, but we're still gonna keep moving. We're still gonna try and get a little bit of vitamin D as well, which we'll talk a little bit more about in the vlog. And then we've got a whiteboard session with Professor K, I think I'm calling him, my alter ego. So, let's go. That looks like a giant dick. We've just discovered a new plant, Australia. It is the elongated penis plant. And this is what it looks like. Here's the testicles of the wood, and then here we go. Which tree's gonna get that one, I guess? I wonder. We'll get down there, right? So, we're here, just taking a little bit of breather. Again, it's an active recovery day, so I always advise people on their days off not to just do nothing. Remember, we want to at least give our body a reason to utilize the energy that we've consumed through food. And that doesn't mean that you have to go out on a big hike or a run or anything like that, but I think it's really nice to get out in nature. Okay, we're meant to be out, we're nomads, we're outdoor beings, we're meant to be outside and experiencing life rather than cooped up inside of these concrete buildings, you know. It has this really, I don't know about you, Will, but being out in nature has this profoundly positive impact on your soul. I guess you just generally feel better, you feel healthier, you feel more energetic just from being outside. The sun and vitamin D is going to have a big influence on that. Vitamin D has a positive influence on literally every single cell in our body. It's also great for preventing osteoporosis, which is brittle bone disease. It's great for helping the absorption of calcium, which is going to help with osteoporosis. Being out in the sun also gives you this really biker boys. You ever watched the series Biker Mice from Mars? Did you ever see that when you were a kid?
I've heard of it.
It was insane. Guys around the 90s, if you were born in the 90s, please comment below and let me know if you've ever seen Biker Mice from Mars. It was the greatest show. But anyway, vitamin D. So really positive influence on every single cell in our body. It also helps with the influence of your parasympathetic state or your rest and relax state, which is going to help with things like digestion. Getting sunlight in our eyes as well is going to help with the production of melatonin, which is our body's major sleep hormone as well. So being outside is going to have a really positive influence on when you're going to sleep at night. Oh God, that was uncomfortable. Oh, my knees. That's what happens when you're old. So Will just bringing up the point, and I've heard this a lot as well, is that when you start to get to 30, like I am, things start to get more difficult. You start to have more focus on other areas of your life. Your training can start getting neglected, or it's harder to train. And in all honesty, I think most of it's just completely fucking bullshit. There's people that are a hell of a lot busier than me and probably you guys who are watching this. Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg still find out time to train every day. These guys are running multi-billion and trillion-dollar companies, and they're still finding time to train every single day and have a life and have a family and have children and raise their children. You know what I mean? So, and they're just a couple of examples. I'm sure there's many more, and I'm sure me and you guys out there know people that are a hell of a lot busier, but they still find time. We don't have a time management problem, we have a priority problem. There's enough time in the day to be able to do all the things that we want to do. You just got to prioritize more. Spend less time scrolling on your phone. Spend less time talking bullshit with the person at the other side of the office. Do you know what I mean? There's always a way to find a way. There's always a way to find a way to do exactly what you want to do. You just got to prioritize it. Prioritize looking after yourself and your health and well-being. Train more, exercise more, move more, get outside more. You have more energy to put into other areas of your life. So what I want to say to you guys is a big tip is cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit story that you keep telling yourself as why you can't do what it is you want to do. It's your choice. No one forces you to go and eat that burger. No one forces you to not go and train. No one forces you to date that person. No one forces you to go and take the job that you currently have that you fucking hate, that while you're watching this video, while you're at that job. Go and do something that sets your soul alight, regardless if it doesn't pay much. I want to be an actor. You know how fucking stupid that is at 30 years old, trying to go and be an actor? The odds are massively against me. I'm from a very unique background. I'm British, Middle Eastern and Irish. There's not a lot of roles that are called for the people that look like me and sound like me and where I'm from. But yeah, I'm still gonna go and do it, and I'm still gonna fucking succeed because it sets my soul on fire. I genuinely have this insane passion for it, and I'm gonna go and do it regardless if anyone believes in me or not, because I believe in me. And just like you guys should do, believe in yourself first and foremost, and the world and the universe will also believe in you. Chafing, it's a real issue. I ain't kidding. If you run a lot or walk a lot, which I don't, like cycling shorts are a great idea, but geez, if are you any guys out there, please let me know below. What's your most embarrassing chafing moment? It's not a fun thing at all. There's lots of people walking through here. My boxers are riding up my ass. Not good. Not a good thing at all. Lizard.
It's a little blue tongue. I've never seen a blue tongue like this.
Yeah, geez. These are the things that just crawl around Australia here, so you got to be super careful. There's one literally at my place, at my house. This motherfucker's like this, and it's like
it's a snake.
no, it's definitely got legs and that. It's got big ass blue tongue, like it's big. And yeah, when I'm just at home, if I do a little workout at home, it just crawls around, just comes, kicks out, does its thing, and crawls back under the house. I don't know what to do with you. So we spoke briefly about not sort of waiting, not giving yourself bullshit. This vlog, for example, like I was going to wait until 2021 to start this. I was like, okay, cool, you know, get some finances in check, make sure that I'm in a good place in life, and I was trying to think of all these reasons, essentially why I needed to wait. And then I'm a very like sort of impulsive person anyway, and I'm very extreme sometimes, and I was like, well, why the fuck am I waiting for all this? And the truth is I couldn't come up with a good enough answer for me to be able to go, yes, that's why I should wait. I was like, no, I'm gonna make this happen right this second. So I reached out to a friend of ours, Nick, who shot a few of these vlogs, and he recommended obviously Will, and I met up for coffee with Will, and we had this cool discussion, and boom, we went for it right there and then. We went, let's go fucking right now. And it was like that next week, and we just started shooting, right? Like we just went, let's do this. And this is how we're creating content for you guys. And what I want you guys to understand is that for the most part, unless you're like in a different country or some obscene reason, is that 99% of the reasons that you're coming up with make no fucking sense at all. And you're essentially trying to talk yourself out of doing something for many different reasons, potentially fear. We have this survival mechanism that's built within us to prevent us from doing things that are uncomfortable, that things that potentially could cause us harm or danger or death. But for the most part, especially in this age, it doesn't exist anymore. There's no reason why you shouldn't do exactly what it is that you love doing. And as crazy as it sounds, if you want to start a Pokemon card company and you want to just trade Pokemon cards, those things are lit, by the way, at the moment. They are going for big bucks. But I used to collect them when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like just willy-nilly, we used to buy a pack for £1. So literally like $2. And you'd get 10 cards or whatever it is, and that, if I'd have kept my collection, that collection would be worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. And I mean, nowadays, it's a legitimate business. Starting a podcast, guys, if you're not already subscribed to the podcast and listening, the link is below. It's called The Abby Khan Show, originally named. But doing things like that, like I was looking at all the reasons why I shouldn't. I'm like, geez, I'm competing. I'm in the same category as Tim Ferriss. The entrepreneurship, the Tim Ferriss show, who I did not steal the name from, by the way. But Tim Ferriss is literally doing the same thing that I am. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to compete with this guy? This guy's got millions of downloads every single month. I was like, how am I going to compare with this guy? And I was like, the truth is, it doesn't matter. I was like, I'm not trying to compare with that guy. I'm just trying to do what I believe in, things that I feel that is my truth and true to myself, things that I genuinely love and I'm genuinely passionate about. That's what I'm gonna go and do. If I get 1 subscriber or I get no subscribers, it doesn't matter, because the message still, I believe, needed to go out there. And that's why I started my podcast, and that's why I started this YouTube channel. You guys, thank you so much for everyone that has followed me so far on this journey. Make sure that you are liking, subscribing, and turning that little notification button on as well, so we can continue to bring you guys new and fun content. But the truth is there should be no reason that you can find that should stop you from following your passion. So me and Will were just chatting about something, what I'm going to call clarity of vision. whenever we're setting a goal, we need to know the outcome, right? Which is essentially what a goal is, whether that's in the health and fitness space, in the business space, in the life space in general. Like your goal might be, I want to live on that beach, looking out over that. That's the outcome. You need to know that first. You can't go, okay, I want to live in a beautiful area. What the fuck does that mean? Okay? The more clear you are, hence the clarity, the more clear you are with exactly what it is, meticulously know the outcome, the easier it is to get you there. Because you know, okay, I want to earn X amount of dollars, I want to be X amount of body fat percentage, I want to be X amount of kilos, I want to live in this exact location. It's easier to get you there. But if you just give yourself a bit of a, yeah, I just want to do this, I just want to do that, it's very difficult to be able to get you exactly to where you want to be. So have a very, very clear vision. It's me in a music video walking sexily through the video, touching random things. And then you realize one of them is probably poison ivy and that's gonna suck. So tracking, this goes back to the outcome. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve. So we look at my photo shoot. We're gonna insert photos here, before and after, fatty and not fatty. So I had to figure out, okay, exactly what the outcome was. What exactly do I want to achieve? And so I decided I want to do a photo shoot. I want to be as lean as I ever have been in my entire life for this photo shoot. And I give myself time to do it. So a lot of people make the mistake of going, okay, I want to get from here to here as fast as possible. The issue is you don't fucking learn anything along the way. From here to here, it could be a relatively big distance, right? We don't want to get from here to here. We want to get from here, start point, to here. And we want to go and learn things along that way, instill some behavior, some habits, and then we want to go from this point here to this point, and eventually you will get here. So I said to myself, I want to do a photo shoot. I'm gonna give myself 9 months to get there, which is a pretty long time to prep for a photo shoot. So I ended up dropping 29 kilos, which is like 64 pounds, something like that, in 9 months. And I've been able to get there and sustain most of the habits that I wanted to. Now, I say most of, not all, because my goals change as I hit that point again. So long-term picture was 9 months, and I had to basically break that 9 months up into weekly phases. Okay, this week I'm gonna focus on eating, I started at 3,750 calories. I'm gonna consume this, I'm gonna hit this amount of volume per week, which essentially is training each body part X amount of times per week. And then I just kept going and going and going and adjusting and readjusting down the track in order to get me to where I want to be. But I still needed to start with that outcome. And then I had to figure out exactly what I was going to do to get there in a very healthy, sustainable manner. Well, take two. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'm covered in dirt by the way. That was a bad fall. That was way dirtier than I thought. So we're just finished up here, muggy as hell today here in Australia. We're gonna head home. We're gonna go jump onto a whiteboard session, and we're gonna be talking all about, you said it, you wanted to, vitamin D, benefits, some of the deficiencies of why vitamin D is so important to your health. So we'll see you there. Okay, so we are home, showered, clean enough, and we're going to talk a little bit about vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is something that gets spoken about a lot, but I want to give you a couple of specifics. We generally get vitamin D from sunlight. Now, it's hard for you guys that don't live in a country that gets a lot of sunlight. You might be in sort of places like Canada or Alaska, or some parts of England don't get a lot of sun either. But we're blessed, or if you're here in Australia, to get a decent enough amount of vitamin D. Now, some of the benefits of vitamin D are, it's going to boost our immune system, so it's going to reduce your risk of getting ill and getting sick. Now, it doesn't just mean things like the flu or vomiting, or those are parts of it, but it also means things like other diseases, cardiovascular diseases, things like, we're going to talk about in a second, but osteoporosis, things of that nature do fit within this immunity response. It's going to help, and it can assist with depression. There's studies that have shown that people that have been exposed to more sunlight have reduced depressive episodes. So it's super important for you guys that get a lot of depression, do feel down a lot, sad a lot, things of that nature. Vitamin D or getting outside can definitely help. Even getting outside in the fresh air and nature are going to help as well. Mood. Going outside for a walk is one of the most beneficial things you can do for your health, but also for your mood. You don't exactly see people walking around stamping their feet in an angry mood, right? Or an angry way. They're generally more relaxed. Walking, getting outside in the sun helps us get into more of a parasympathetic or a rest and relaxed state. deficiencies. Some of the deficiencies are going to be, as we briefly touched on, are bone density. So being deficient in vitamin D can increase your risk of osteoporosis and even rickets in kids, which is sort of soft bones. And especially in the elder population, it's not a good thing to have osteoporosis because we have an increased tendency to fall over. We have a decreased cognitive function, decreased awareness and stability in our muscles. So by having a fall at home, God forbid that happens to some of you guys, we are at more risk of breaking those bones and them never quite healing the way that they once were when we were, say, in our 20s. Also, heart disease. Vitamin D can help decrease your risk of heart disease. So it's super important to get these things. Now, what's the application? What does that actually look like? So we're looking at the practical application, which is what we love doing on this channel, is most obvious one, getting more sunlight. Actually getting outside, spending time outside. Even if you work in an office building, go take a 15-minute walk on your break, okay? Go for lunch outside. Even if you're in a country like Australia, making sure that you're outside as much as possible. If you're doing your cardio, if you are prepping for a comp, or you just try to drop body fat, or just in trying to increase your general health, getting outside and doing your cardio outside is gonna help a hell of a lot. If you don't get a lot of sunlight where you live, then supplementation can be a very, very good option. The best thing I can recommend is going to see your doctor and getting a simple blood test done. A blood panel is going to come back with how deficient or non-deficient you are in vitamin D, and those are going to be, your doctor is going to be able to give you very specific IUs, which is what vitamin D comes in terms of supplementation, how much you're meant to take. Don't just take the same amount as, say, I do or somebody else. That's going to be very specific to you. And the big one, if you're going to suffer with very, very low levels of vitamin D, you can always move country. It's hard, but you can. That's your choice, as everything else. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. If you want to see anything else, any of the collaborations or specific types of workouts, or us to cover any cool white blood sessions, then please leave us a comment below. And if you're not already, make sure that you're following me on Instagram. That's where you see the day-to-day craziness go on. That's where I answer most of your questions. So thank you so much for that. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you want to optimize your health, fitness, and lifestyle and learn the tools and the tricks and the knowledge to be able to sustain a healthy and fit lifestyle, then please go check out my books on my website. As a loyal subscriber, you get a cheeky little discount. So I'll see you in there.